You think this is starting to wear on me? You've been raining down like hail. I'm weak. I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love something you own. It's too late to repair what we made. What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon.
Good day, everybody.
Welcome to my channel.
You got me in stitches.
I'm Anna
I'm TE.
and I'm Emma.
And I'm Tiger.
We are both wishing you a
Happy New Year!
Righto guys, it is mainly going to be me yakking at you because this video is actually going to be all about you guys. So I have my cuppa. Grab yourself a cup of something if you'd like to, and TE is going to go off and just do TE things. We have also been joined by No Name. This is another kitty cat, and just over there to the left of me is Lucy.
Before I go off and do TE things, I just want to say thank you to everybody for stopping by my mum's amazing channel, because we appreciate you a lot. I hope everyone has had a really lovely Christmas and New Year's.
Righto TE, I'll leave you to go and TE things, have fun.
Thank you, you too.
Okay guys, so let me know in the comments below what you did for New Year and over the Christmas period. And yeah, for TE and I, it was just a regular Christmas and very, very quiet. Not just because of everything going on in the world, but that's just kind of how it is for both of us. A very special thank you from my heart for all the wonderful comments that I had on my last video, and very much appreciated, and yeah, pulled on the heartstrings a little bit. And also to the lovely ladies that also sent me PMs through the email, and yeah, I was kind of in a couple of them yeah, a little bit weepy, and never had such kindness apart from TE. I am just not used to that, just so not used to that at all, and for it to be so genuine and from your hearts, that found a very special place. So yeah, here I am already back to creating content for my video, because like I said, kind of a little bit in two minds whether to come back and continue filming, various reasons. And yeah, I think it's just maybe to do with the content that I'll bring you guys. I know you guys are polite, and sometimes being polite isn't really the full truth. Does that make sense? And I guess you can only see so many fabric cars or makes, and yeah, I've always wanted, you should see the list guys that I have since I created my YouTube over 2.5 years ago now. And yeah, so a lot of that didn't actually come to any fruition. A lot of it is just having that confidence and being able to, just for an example, if I wanted to create a video to bring you guys of how to sew A, B or C, I guess because my sewing is not up to a really good level, even though I know it should be for the amount of years that I have been sewing, it just should be. And I mean, you guys also know how terrible I am at installing zippers. So yeah, if I was going to do a little mini tutorial about inserting zippers, I really don't think that that's going to sit right, is it? I would need to perfect how to install a zipper if then I'm going to create a video to show you guys. And especially for any newbie sewists that are out there and come to my channel, you know, I kind of got to know what I'm doing. So that was a lot of reasons as to why quite a few of the videos didn't actually come to any fruition, because yeah, lack of confidence and lack of being able to kind of just polish my sewing and bringing that, you know, to you guys to be better than what I have given you guys so far. Now I know a lot of you are very loyal and that is just so wonderful, but also the other flip side to that is we are real, we're all unique and individual, and we all have different levels, we're at different stages of our sewing, whether it's professional or not professional. And you know, I think by keeping it real, I guess I am thinking anyway, and also, you know, through conversations and everything like that, that bring extra thought to perhaps of looking at something just in a slightly different way. And because we are all real and genuine, maybe that's more truth to it. So if something is not created quite 100%, people can relate to that, and it's like it almost does not matter. So for those that, I don't know, that are professional and say, oh, you know, you didn't really install that zipper very well, but for most of us it's not going to be 100% perfect anyway, and it actually makes people feel less pressure. And I think there's so much going on in the world all the time, not just with other things that are going on currently, just everything. And you know, coming to anybody's channel, for whatever reasons that we do that, you know, if the content is real, and it's like, it doesn't matter if the zipper is not perfect, it does not matter if the button is a little bit looser than it should be or a little bit tighter. At the end of the day, as long as it's functional and the garment is not falling to pieces, then surely that is a good thing. And also the makes as well. Some people prefer certain styles on some people's channels, while other people like variation. And in the actual sewing the garments that I make, obviously a lot of mine are quite varied to a lot of others, but also there are a few, you know, opinions that are the same. And you know, at the end of the day, a lot of us do have the same and or similar tastes, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So yeah, I think that was a little bit what I was afraid of. So as this video is all about you guys, thanking you and appreciating your time coming to my videos, commenting, sending those beautiful emails that you do, you know, at the end of the day, you come to my channel and you enjoy what you see, but also there is a lot of things that I have not, you know, brought to the channel and I'd still like to. So yeah, the question is, what else would you like for me to bring? Now I know some people are polite and they would say, it's your channel, you can create whatever content you would like, and then it's the option of, you know, when you see the thumbnail, if you would like to click on that video and watch, that's then through choice. And we can always, you know, skip videos and or, you know, watch a video but skip just going along, and also it's time as well, isn't it? Yeah, so please, you guys, be truthful. Let me know what else you would like for me to bring you guys, because I'm happy, I'm really happy to do this, because you know, I know it's my channel, but you guys are really important to me, and it's also important, you know, for you to have a little bit more variation. Now, again, if I do bring, you know, these different contents, you know, please forgive me, they are not going to be polished and upmarket. You know, there are going to be mistakes. You know, I'm going to stumble on my words, I'm going to stumble on my stitching, you know, and creations. So, but that just makes me human, does it not? Also, for those of you that like vintage style, I am also going to bring you guys a little bit more of the vintage garments, and maybe eventually when we can actually go out and about and I'm physically able to do that on okay days, then, you know, taking you to the store where there's vintage patterns, maybe vintage fabrics and collectibles, and also with the sewing, perhaps not so much garments, also practical home sewing, so maybe more furnishings like cushions, you know, everyday oven mitts, pot holders, you know, covers for the toaster or even the kettle. Yeah, little practical things like that. And you know, for the pets, for most of us sewists, we do have pets, and you guys already saw that I made like a little pet cushion for my kitties that I absolutely really enjoy. And then I used up a lot of the fabric leftovers, so that's good for the recycling, and because that's also important to me as well. You know, through the next year of this year, we'll be touching on elements of recycling and the environment, and maybe finding out some, you know, good practical things that I could talk to you about, and maybe, you know, touch upon how we could do things maybe a little bit differently just to help the environment and things like that. So yeah, there are so many different things out there, but yeah, I just want to make it a little bit more varied. I've always adored patchwork, and I used to do quite a lot of patchwork, and I haven't created anything patchwork for quite a while. So again, that is something else that I will be bringing in, probably maybe just patchwork cushions, nothing fancy, pretty sort of down to earth and just regular. Also other things which have been suggested to me to show that some of the garments that I sew, I make changes, and just to be able to bring that to you of how I make those changes and the thoughts behind why I wanted to change up a pattern. So for instance, maybe like overalls or pants overalls, you know, swap the pants part out for a skirt and bring the reasons why I wanted to do that. Maybe it's because I thought that the overalls pants maybe not the correct style, or even just keeping the pants as pants legs, but maybe altering them, making them more vintage, so to flat out, or maybe to be more fitting. There are so many variations to patterns, and there are so many creations that we can do, and sometimes seeing other people do it, you think, ah, you kind of have that light bulb globe moment and say, ah, now that someone's visually seen that, it gives them a little bit of extra ideas and inspiration to try out on some of their own clothes. And you guys know that I enjoy thrifting, so hopefully there'll be a little bit more thrifting. And also I think trying to older clothes, maybe doing that with thrifted clothes, because you're recycling those clothes and they're very inexpensive. Therefore I suppose the guilt isn't so bad that if it does not go to plan, then it's not as bad than if you purchased, you know, expensive fabric, tried out a pattern and it didn't fit, or it did not, the changes that you made did not work out, and there's nothing worse than have that happen. So playing around with thrifted clothes, I think, is a little bit less guilty of, you know, losing any expense, and or not so much the expense, maybe even the fabric. So if the fabric is just a regular quality fabric, it's not so bad kind of maybe having a couple little mistakes happen with those clothes, as opposed to new fabrics, lovely fabrics, and or expensive fabrics. Also, I was thinking of more sew-alongs, perhaps, as opposed to tutorials. I always think of tutorials as to be perhaps a little bit more specialised. With sew-alongs, it's a little bit more relaxed and a bit more fun. And yeah, originally it was just like a Buckley's chance of bringing that to you. Again, I think it's just the camera setups and how to speak the words as well as you guys visually seeing. And I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe it, I know it is a bit more straightforward than perhaps I was thinking. At the end of the day, just point the camera, so the camera is your eyes, and you are just seeing me or other people that you enjoy following sewing, and the words, it's just kind of, you're just going through the pattern, and you know, any changes would just be additional words that I would then add to the commentary, and I'll let you guys know if I'm swapping anything out. So yeah, I'm just so terrified in doing that. I guess just because I just don't want to mess it up. And but then again, I know there's editing, but with my editing, oh, teenage editing does it for me, but everything that is edited, it's only edited because maybe I've just stumbled on words, or because I've just had a couple seconds lapse of a pause. So it's not edited in any way of taking anything out, unless I am just yakking about nonsense and then it's just getting a little bit boring. But no, my editing is kind of as is, just like my photographs and my film footage. Absolutely zero of those stills has ever been messed around with, and I know there's a lot of fantastic, phenomenal photographers out there, you know, and they are professionals in their own right. But I think it's just, you have an image, you see this beautiful image of whatever the subject matter is, but it's a story behind it. You know, they've added in light, they've taken out light, created shadow, taken out shadow, you know, maximised the sharpness, and yeah, there's so much that people manipulate photographs, and that just kind of is not me. And when I used to work at markets and craft fairs, so my images I would actually have then put into fabric and then create some cushions, and yeah, so but unfortunately sometimes people want everything for zero price, and they don't realise the backstory to how much work goes into making, sewing, creating, knitting, crochet, whatever the craft is that you do. And yeah, I think that's important. Don't want to sell yourself short. So yeah, I'm hoping to get that off the ground. And yeah, I was kind of also hoping to, there's something bubbling away behind the scenes, but that's been bubbling away for about three and a half years now, and it just hasn't come to it. That is because I'm completely hopeless at technology, and also I just do not have the finances to employ somebody to create a website for me. Now I know there are other little platforms, but again, it's knowing how to do that. So yeah, I've got all these wonderful ideas, but nothing's taken off, I'm afraid. But it goes like that. I just hope that one day somehow that does happen, so, and then I can bring that to you guys as well. Yeah, so primarily it's always going to be sewing, although I would like to get back into knitting and crochet. I am, yeah, a bit of a gutless wonder when it comes to things like that, kind of restarting it. And I think as you get older, maybe it's a little bit more harder to learn. I don't know, what do you guys think? I know we're all different, so, but also maybe a little bit of needle felting. I have always been fascinated with needle felting, and as a child I used to do a little bit of that, and I purchased a kit, oh crikey, probably about 4 years ago, and it's still sat in the kit. And also there was another kit that TE and I went to one of the large craft fairs, and yeah, picked up a kit there, and that still hasn't been created. So yeah, maybe a little bit of needle felting, but no, primarily it's going to be sewing. So yeah, that's kind of the general sort of way I'm thinking. So please guys, give me lots of thoughts as to what you would like to see, and I'll do my best to hopefully bring that and or learn to be able to bring that to you. And but do it in a way, I'm not somebody that takes I don't steal people's ideas or anything like that. And, you know, sometimes we do think of the same things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that person was copying or taking someone's ideas or inspiration. We just all have kind of our own take on something. And, you know, but then if nobody did anything, we wouldn't be able to kind of bring anything to anybody. Not just vloggers, I mean anything in life, isn't it? So everything is always from ideas from somebody else, and then ideas are put into a book, you know, and then if 10,000 people read and see that book, then 10,000 people have got an idea and inspiration from that. So yeah, so let me know what you think. And yeah, so it's all about you guys today. And yeah, be honest, put in the comments what you'd like to see, and also if you're happy with everything that you have seen. You know, a lot of the things are going to be the same, like makes. Hopefully next week the video will be my make 9. And yeah, and some other bits and pieces. Yeah, so I've got quite a lot to bring you at the moment, so my mind hasn't really shut off from my channel, even though I kind of took a tiny little break, but it wasn't really a break, so not my mind. Yeah, and I hope to bring you a video each and every Sunday. Sometimes it might have an extra bonus video midweek, but also there might be weeks where I may miss a week, so it might be every 2 weeks. So, you know, don't worry about that. But then also sometimes missing a week doesn't necessarily mean I've just missed a week because I don't want to film, or for whatever reason something's come up and I'm not able to film. You know, something could have happened. We never know until that person comes back. And also I wanted to let you guys know, I know in my previous video I kind of felt that I may not be coming back, just to let you guys know that if I did ever end my channel, I would tell you guys. I would do a final video if obviously the circumstances allowed me to do that. I know some people that I followed and suddenly there's no videos ever again, or at least ever again until they create one, but you don't know that until they've created it, and it's like, oh, and they've gone. So yeah, so that's pretty much it today, and I've probably been yakking for a little bit longer than I thought I was going to. So yeah, T and I are okay. Obviously there's a lot of things that are going on behind the scenes that, yeah, you cannot always talk about everything, and you know, some things are private, and also the state of the world also sometimes changes circumstances, and yeah, so kind of gotta make a few adjustments around that. But sometimes certain situations, I'll say, like schooling, that's kind of the subject at the moment, because obviously currently in the UK they've messed around with the education again. So yeah, so everybody that has children and or parents or guardians of children, yeah, we've got all that to contend with. So yeah, bring it on. But that's okay. I am somebody that is of the mind that I kind of like challenges, if want for a better word, and yeah, I think it's good to maybe keep the mind active. And I think with everything going on in the world, yeah, there's a lot, isn't there? So, but yeah, anyway, tell me guys what you have been up to, your creativity, and what you guys have been up to for the first few days now coming into the new year. Have you got anything to look forward to? Is there any changes? You know, have you been thinking as well about, you know, your sewing or your creativity and everything that you enjoy doing? Are you doing it more? Or are you doing it a little bit less? Or are you bringing something else into the pot and giving everything a little bit of a mix up, and playing around? So yeah. Okay guys, I think I am going to leave it there. So thank you always for stopping by, and I really appreciate your time. And yeah, also I'll read through the comments and yeah, I just appreciate you guys with your thoughts. But yeah, my channel might just stay pretty much the same. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen in 5 minutes or an hour, tomorrow, next week, next month, do we? Okay, so hopefully all being well, I will see you next week with my Make 9. Okay guys, so have a wonderful week, take care and stay safe.